It's midweek. That means Happy Valley is coming up on Wednesday night. Things are back to normal for a 9-race program, kicking off at the usual start time of 6:45. It's all here to be previewed for you on the show, and joined on the panel today by Paul Lally and Nick Child. And Nick, what can we look forward to?
I've got some really good racing, some really good action actually coming up this week from Happy Valley. I thought it was a really strong card actually. The latter part looks quite strong, and there are a few horses lining up that are going for sort of 2, 3 and 4 timers. So it's some good stuff. There is indeed plenty of informed runners going around, as Nick mentioned, Paul. But what about jackpots?
No jackpots to talk about here, but the jackpot money was all won last week, and sure there's going to be none on the weekend with all the favourites winning the previous weekend. But look, Gold Baby is one of those horses you alluded to. He's looked so exciting. How far can he go?
Yeah, we'll find out. He's got some extra weight on his back. And one of your Wednesday night favourites comes back from the 4-year-old series, Encountered.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing him. Definitely Encountered. He's a horse that he's going to find this a lot easier. I think he's a massive chance.
All right, that is on the program later on. We'll touch on more Happy Valley on Wednesday night. Firstly, though, back to the Sha Tin trials. Tuesday morning, Romantic Warrior is headed to the QE2, and it was all systems go. Here's Tom's call.
At the 650, and that is Yearboy over Romantic Warrior. Third, Red Impact, followed there by Butterfield, Panfield, packing Knockhill back over on the inside, beginning to yield ground. Gold Sterling from Winning Steps, Straight Aaron, Sarangoon, and last is Royal Pride. Yearboy shaken up, coming down to the final 300 metres, but Purton has pounced here on Romantic Warrior, who set sail for home. Panfield giving chase, a break to Butterfield, and then came Winning Steps, Gold Sterling, and Straight Aaron further out on the track, but Romantic Warrior is going to blitz them here in the 1600 metre trial. Very impressive by 5.5. Second, Panfield from Yearboy. Butterfield, Gold Sterling, and Straight Aaron ran on a bit down the outside. Sarangoon came in next, followed by Red Impact, and then came Winning Steps, and the two at the tail.
What a trial, Nick. QE2 is his next venture, and he's going to have to be his very best with the field that's being assembled for that race, isn't he?
He certainly will have to, yeah. Obviously, look, Dubai Honour put down a marker, didn't he, recently in Australia, and he didn't just scrape in, he absolutely, brained them. So that was a really good trial. I actually had a quick word with Zach after that, and he seemed impressed, as impressed as Zach Purton can be.
All right, well, Zach won't ride him, Paul, in the QE2. James McDonald coming back, but expected to see Zach back on him in the Champions and Shader.
Looks that way, doesn't it? That's the way it's going to go. And look, the way he won that, he's spot on. There's no question. There'll be no excuses for him going into the race at this stage. Obviously, barrier draws to come. To see, hopefully he gets a nice draw and then he can repel the challenges.
That is on the 30th of April at Sha Tin FWD Champions Day. But we head to where Romantic Warrior kicked off his racing career in this country, Happy Valley, on Wednesday night, with a 9-race meeting all on the B course. We have got a Class 3 to kick us off over the 2200 at 6:45. And the two races that we feature on the show, races 4 and 9, the Class 3 1650 and the Class 3 1200 metres. The fourth has Zone D on a 7-day backup, and an extra £4 on his back for that win. Red Majesty's also on a 7-day backup. The Rock goes from 12 to 1650. Loyal Baby, an extra £4 for the second behind Nimble Nimbus. Party Warrior has his first try over the 1650. Maldives gets a good draw again. All Riches has his first start at Happy Valley, but did run in the Void race, which was held on the 22nd of February, and Rattan Kingdom, second time 1650, and he comes up in grade for the first time. There is All Riches in the race, Nick, and he is a horse with plenty of early speed.
He does indeed, yeah. He possesses a whole bundle of it, doesn't he? And loves to lead. So look, he'll go forward, I have no doubt, unless something happens at the start, he misses the break or something along those lines. But he will lead, I think. Red Majesty won't be too far away. We know the course and distance specialist likes to go forward. The Rock, interesting runner here for an informed stable, drawn well, smallish field. I certainly think it'd be in the first half, Paul, and Rattan Kingdom stepping up in trip, and Party Warrior, another one also going up in distance here.
Yeah, he's in race past 1200 in Hong Kong, but he is bred for further. I just thought he'd be a little bit closer. Maldives, we know Zone D will get back, so he'll want as much pace on as possible. Loyal Baby generally gets back, and Super Oasis from that wide draw, I think he'll go back as well.
They have been taking off early with Loyal Baby lately, haven't they? maybe a chance of seeing that again?
It just depends. I think All Riches is a horse that likes to cruise along in front at a decent speed, so I don't know if he'll get that opportunity.
Okay, so that's the speed map with the boys for race number 4. We start, though, Paul, with our first replay of just, well, it's not even 7 days ago. It's actually a 6-day backup because we raced last Thursday night.
Yeah, nice win from this horse. He was leading up to it. So this win was off a rating of 73. He's now up to 78. So he's at a career high rating as Zone D. But look, he's in form and he won really nicely here. Zach Purton will stick aboard. He's drawn well in 3. He'll get back and he should get the race run to suit. I've included him, but I have got one to beat him.
Yeah, likewise. There's a lot to be said for running horses quick. I mean, if he's fit, he's well. John wouldn't have done next to nothing with him. So, yeah, run him again and see how you go, I suppose.
That is Zone D. You've got the colours on Nick for Her Majesty, the red, white and blue. Can you make a case for him here?
A small case. Again, he's another one that's on the quick backup as well. He was 4th in that Helene Feeling race last Thursday. It was a big price. He's being kept busy. Look, he was well held over 5 lengths. He was off the winner last week. So, look, I've snuck him in for 4th, Paul, but it's probably more heart ruling head.
Yeah, I didn't quite make it. And he's going to carry the 134 as well. But he's been a great servant. But this might be a little bit too rich.
Loyal Baby, Paul. He's been good when he's good. Ordinary 2 starts ago, then was good last time again when second, and some of the performances have been so tough. But as you mentioned, All Riches hasn't been in these fields.
No, exactly. And look, that's the thing, right? And he does take off halfway down. He's drawn 9, so he's drawn the outside. So that's why I think they'll have to go back with him. Look, his win was, as you said, 3 starts ago, and he only bet amazing 1+. I'm happy to watch him.
Yeah, 3rd in that race was Star Contact. He's been racing well, so it gives some solidity to the form. But I did like the way he battled on, though. All
right, so more Nick than Paul on Loyal Baby. Party Warrior, he's no stranger to Happy Valley, Nick, but it is a new time for him over the 1650.
It is, and he's interesting. He's on his last winning handicap mark as well. I did think there was a bit more encouragement to come from this run on the 15th of March last time out behind How Deep Is Your Love. He's a fairly smart type. The trip, they don't know until they try, Paul, but as you mentioned, he's got a bit of the breeding on side.
He has. He's my contributor who was a sort of a champion miler in Australia, and the mare Darcy Brahma mare as well. And she's left to horses that have gone over the distance. So I don't think the distance can be a problem. The way he hit the line, I think he's a big chance of this.
And it was behind a smart one, and How Deep Is Your Love also. What about Vincent Ho's rides for this meeting, Paul? He starts off with Around the Earth, Ho-Ho Jr., Amazing Travis. Then they look a little better after that.
Yeah, I think so. I like Party Warrior. I think G1 Excellent. He's on that hat trick, or is he 3 or 4? He's winning them in a row
he's
anyway.
Going for 4.
And 4. And then 18 Palms, I think, coming back to Happy Valley is a very good thing for him. Noble One's a horse I've had time for in the past, and of course, Gold Baby will be short in the last.
He will. And Cheerful Days on his best form probably would be with some sort of chance, but he needs to show it.
He does. He's not quite the horse we saw a season or 2 ago, Cheerful Days. Our next replay, Nick, features the likely leader, All Riches. Maldives race wide this day and fades for 6th. He has since run a placing on the all-weather.
Yeah, look, don't mind Maldives in this. He's an interesting type of horse. I think he needs a lot to go right for him. Maybe not so much now, but in his earlier days, he always wanted that bit of cover. He wanted producing as late as possible. And Blake Shin actually was really good at that when he used to ride this horse. But look, Alexi's riding him this time in. All Riches, first go around Happy Valley. For all, look, he's going to be there to be run down, Paul. He's been running around some good ones of late.
Yeah, he got up to a rating of 79, this horse. He's run second of a 78 rating. He's won off 67 last time, and he's now down to 64. So he's well rated.
And a couple of those horses in front of him in that replay, Red Lion and Taj Dragon, so the form does look very good. Rattan Kingdom, can he come up in grade and threaten them, Paul?
Well, this is the thing. He's going to come in with a nice lightweight, 118, from a nice draw barrier of 5. His form just sort of tapered off a little bit, but he just bounced back behind top T here. So, look, I've kept them in on a minor line.
Yeah, look, this run last time out was over 1,400 metres. So I guess can you sort of equate 1,400 at Shartin to 1,650 at Happy Valley? I guess there might be some sort of correlation there between the 2 trips. But look, he's boxed on well. He's holding his form nicely. Only his 2nd try over course and distance, but he's with a trainer who has got his team going really well.
He does, Jamie Richards, and he's been flying for Jamie around the valley. But it's a bit of value for you here, Paul, in Party Warrior.
Yeah, I think he should be a double-figure price. I thought Party Warrior stepping up in the small field to 1650, and he had a big campaign at Shartin that didn't go well at all, and he dropped down the ratings. He's now back to Happy Valley where his wins have been. He's on top, the 1 Zone D 2nd, Rattan Kingdom and Maldives for 4th, so 5196.
I've also gone value shopping in this race. I've gone with a horse who might well jump, but the complete outsider. It's number 3, The Rock. Now, he's stabler in very good form. Casper Founds, he's been firing hot at the moment. He's £10 lower than his last winning mark, this horse, and he has placed 3 from 7 at the course and distance. So we'll take a chance with him. Over the top one, Zone D. He's got a bit more to do, but he's in form. Rattan Kingdom, I think, is quite an interesting runner. And Maldives, on the back of that good all-weather run, I think deserves to be included as well. 3-1-9-6.
The bargain hunters for race number 4 with Party Warrior and The Rock, the 2 selections for Paul and Nick. We're off to a break here on Racing to Win. Back to look at the 9th right after this. You're watching Racing to Win, and we're previewing Happy Valley on Wednesday night. Time now to look at the last of the 9th race, and we'll see if Gold Baby can win at Happy Valley again. It's over the 1,200 metres into Class 3. You're My Everything has to carry the 135 pounds, but has won 3-time course and distance. Gold Baby, 5 starts, 3 wins over the 1,200 at the Valley. Heroic Master's best form has been over the 1,000. Exponential gets a better draw. Phoenix Light has a tongue tie going on. Jumbo Legend failed over the 1,400 at Sha Tin last start, back to his favourite track. Leslie goes from the 1,650 to the 1,400 metres. Magniac Happy Valley debut. Compassion Spirit, good draw again. The runner's a 5-time course and distance winner, and Active Faith has his second go in this grade. So that is the field for race number 9. Nick, what does the speed for race number 9 look like?
There should be a decent pace here, I think, Mark. Exponential's a horse who likes to roll forward, has done so in a couple of his most recent runs, and he's drawn a good gate in 3. So I fully expect him to go forward. Magniac, now he's an interesting runner. First run around Happy Valley. I think Zach will use a good draw to his advantage. Now, he's drawn on the outside of Exponential, so I think they'll both settle in pretty good positions, perhaps with Exponential going on and leading. Active Faith down at the bottom has got a light weight, and he's also got plenty of early dash there. Paul, the runner, a little bit out of form, but we know that he can sit handy enough to the pace if required.
Yeah, exactly. I think he'll let those other ones go and just sort of settle nicely, 3 back. Compassion Spirit, another one who does like to go forward to get himself into a nice position. Gold Baby, he runs best when he's at the back, so I don't see any change with him. And Leslie might try and slot in there somewhere midfield or just at the back. He's trying to get some cover somewhere.
Leslie's trial is coming up, but not before we hear Nick talking to the rider of the Happy Valley Flyer. Gold Baby, it is Vincent Ho.
Vincent, Gold Baby is a horse who's strung together a superb record this season. Back to his favourite racecourse he will go, and he was pretty good last time in victory as well.
Yeah, you just keep giving, and I remember really well, and he's very fit. Galloped him yesterday. All said and felt good.
He's got as good a record as any horse this year. 5 wins from 7. He's had a recent trial. On paper, yes, he finished last. In reality, he was last, but he wasn't beaten far. Were you happy with the trial? He looked good.
Yeah, and actually at the trial he showed some speed as well, surprisingly. And he's always been a bit lazy in the morning, so that's normal for him, I think.
Just given the nature of the way he races, Vincent, obviously we've seen him start that a little bit slow, get himself a little bit detached. Can you now, I imagine, ride in with that bit of confidence, knowing that he's got that finishing kick? In his early days, were you sort of a bit more in a hurry to sort of get him going, or is it more a relaxed sort of partnership now?
Yeah, but it's a horse that you can basically give up the first section, just wherever he lands, wherever he is comfortable. If he can't keep up, so be it. But he always have a good turn of foot as long as everything goes smooth. Yeah.
Form's worked out well. Winning Icy was 3rd behind you last time. He's come out and won since, so that certainly bodes quite well.
Yeah, definitely. As long as we have some pace on, will be ideal, of course. If not, we'll figure something out.
Just finally, just on that connection with you and Casper, how impressed were you with your Griffin winning on the weekend? Cahola Angel, he seemed to know his job quite well, didn't he?
Yeah, it's a lovely colt. He's still a baby, but he's got a great mind, a great temperament. He's gonna improve a lot for sure, and improve fast, because mind is everything. And it's a decent, lovely horse.
We'll see Kaholo Angel, no doubt, in more Griffin racing upcoming. But back to Gold Baby here in that replay. So I've heard from Vincent Nick. There is put some flames coming out of his feet because he absolutely flies down this Happy Valley straight. There he is turning for home. Is he going to get the conditions to suit this week?
Well, look, he's going to get a bit of pace on, I think, so that's certainly going to help. And as Vincent alluded to in that interview when I spoke to him at track work, you just forget the first furlong or two because he just does, get himself out the back pull, doesn't he? But he does finish off with a very good turn of foot, so that's deadly when required. No,
definitely, and he's going so well, and I don't know if they are flames or flowers in his foot, but you can see him really coming strongly most times in his races. Two starts ago, he was a little bit disappointing. As he gets up into the grades, he's going to have to. His running style suggests that he could struggle a little bit.
I'll practice the flames for next time he runs if he wins on Wednesday night. There is his report card, though, Nick. Great record for Vincent Ho, and the key has been the switch to Happy Valley.
It has indeed, yeah. Look, he's 0 from 5 Sha-Tin, so you can forget about Sha-Tin, at least at this stage. But where he's at now, he's a Happy Valley specialist, and he's getting into Red Majesty territory, isn't he?
Well, he is. Look, I thought he'd reached his mark 2 starts ago, when he failed, but then he's come out and won again since, so I'm not so sure now.
We're going back 2 starts ago for Jumbo Legend, another member of the Found stable. There he is, Nicky. Since failed over the 1,400 metres at Sha-Tin, but a bit like Gold Baby, he does love racing here at Happy Valley. And Yorma, everything not a bad record course and distance either.
Yeah, I'd like to see a bit more from him. He did post a decent enough run on the all-weather recently when 3rd behind Pinghai Galaxy, but he was a bit disappointing for mine thereafter. So I'd want to see a bit more from him. Obviously, this is Jumbo Legend's run 2 starts back. He subsequently has had a run at Sha-Tin, returned Aurora, so maybe rule a line through that. We know he's a better horse here, Paul.
Yeah, he definitely goes better here, but I mean, that internal condition's just a bit of a concern, isn't it?
Newcomer to Happy Valley is Magniac, so we have to go and look at some Sha-Tin form for him. He's a member of the Jamie Richards stable. Zach Purton will be on board. He's raced over 1,200 3 times. Drew Barry won on debut, Paul, and wasn't too far behind Beauty Eternal. Has since been in strong fields from wide gates.
He has, behind Goko Win and also Supreme Lucky, which is this one. But so, look, the horse has been very consistent, Magniac. He's doing nicely in form. I think he can just posse up behind the lead, and look, I quite like him in this race. I think he can upset the favourite.
Yeah, I fully agree, Paul. I think he's got a great chance here. He did trial well here at Happy Valley back in December. Now, I know it's a fair while ago, but he at least has had a sighter around the course, and I thought he handled himself quite well. All 3 of his wins in WA came at Belmont. I've never actually been to Belmont, certainly haven't ridden around there, but it looks tight enough, so hopefully he might operate around here.
Yeah, not quite as tight as Happy Valley, but of the 2 Western Australian tracks, it looks to be the smaller one between there and Ascot. What about Active Faith, Nick? Here he is on the outside in those blue, black and white colours, and we've also got Compassion Spirit, who's more than proven course and distance. There has been some money for him lately, but he's just struggling to win another one.
Yeah, look, of the 2 of them, I suppose Active Faith for me probably makes more appeal. This is only his 7th start, so he's quite lightly raced, and he's now £9 higher than when winning. But look, he's had to go up in grade, and he's actually taken the step forward, I think, in his stride. And Compassion Spirit, Paul, I mean, he's not a million miles away here.
No, he did hit the line nicely. Look, I agree with Active Faith, though. He came up into this grade and did that behind Easton, so it was a really good run from him, and I think he's capable in this grade.
All right, he gets in with that lightweight once again. We're off to Chungfa, Paul, and here is Leslie. Now, he's a fair way off the leader here. This trial, he runs 2nd behind Sunny Boy. He's coming back in trip from his last start over the 1650. He has won, and the sole win was course and distance.
That was off a 56 rating for Leslie. He's now off a rating of 66, so he's £10 above that rating, because basically what he did is they put him up quite a lot, and then he had a 3rd placing as well, which put him up another 2. I just think he might be a bit high in the ratings.
Yeah, I agree. They put him up 8 for that win, and as you say, then he went up another couple for a 3rd off a £2 lower mark. Then he races off Wednesday night. So I think he's got a bit to do. In fairness, couldn't find a spot for him.
Finally, Nick, Phoenix Light. Looking at his track work, he's been plagued by bad barriers at Sha-Tin lately. He comes to Happy Valley for the first time also.
He does, and for the first time as well, he's going to sport a tongue tie. I think that can always have a good effect on horses. He's a winner in the grade. He's actually won off a £2 lower mark. So I guess if you like him at a decent enough price, I couldn't put you off.
He should be a good price with Phoenix Light. I'm happy to watch him first time in Happy Valley.
All right, a few chances here. If you don't like Gold Baby, do you think he can keep on his winning way, or the weight's a bit of a concern?
Weight, a little bit of a concern for me, so I'm going to go with Magniac. He's coming out of 3 really strong form races. and he trialled well at Happy Valley in the past. Exponential's finally got a good barrier draw, so he's going to lead this race, and we know he can be a hard horse to get past. He is at a career high rating though. Gold Baby in for third and Active Faith for fourth, but I like the 8 in this. 8, 4, 2 and 12.
Yeah, I like your thinking here, Mr. Paul, because I quite like the 8 to win this race as well. It wasn't so much the weight with Gold Baby that put me off. It was more the fact that Magniac, I think, has got some nice form in the book, and he's very interesting for an informed stable coming to the Valley. So I was happy to go with him, and he will be a price compared to the favourite, who I think will be quite short, Gold Baby, but will run his race. Active Faith down at the bottom, I think, can go well with a lightweight, and I've put Exponential in as well to fill the frame. 8, 2, 12 and 4.
There it is, all of the information for race 9 at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. But it doesn't end there, Paul. Who wins some of the other races?
I quite like his escape route in race 1. He's up to 2200 for the first time, but it looks a real star, and he's come out of some strong races. Cordyceps 1 and Island Surprise are both drawn barrier 1. Cordyceps 1's been downgraded as well. They'll be both on the pace, I should say. G1 Excellent, let's see if we can put another one together. He's going so well, this horse, at the moment. 18 Palms, look, hopefully he'll be a bit of a price this time. I like him coming back to Happy Valley. E-Universe ran really well at Happy Valley last time, and Encountered, I think, can win as well.
As he comes back to Happy Valley after racing in the 4-year-old series. Of that list, who's the best?
We'll save it for last. I'm going to go with Magniac. I just think he's ready to win this horse, and I like the fact he's coming to Happy Valley with a low draw. Zach Purton aboard, so I think he can win the last. At 18 Palms, hopefully he comes up a bit of a price. He's about 8 to 1 at the moment. I like the fact he's got blinkers on for the first time, and he's coming back to Happy Valley where his good runs have been. And we'll do the play in the first, get it over and done with nice and early with Escape Route above Natural Storm and build up a bank.
Best bet for me on Wednesday night comes up in race 7, number 5, E-Universe. He's not very big, but he looks more than capable of winning this, and Hugh Bowman stays on board with a change of headgear this time around. The long shot, race 4, number 3, The Rock, would be a fairly good price. He's out of form, but he's stable very much is in form. Luke Curry will take the ride on board him. And the play, race 6, numbers 2, 4, 6 for me in the 6th race.
Best bet, Splendid Living, winner 2 starts ago, run down by King of Brothers last time. He's gone on to win again since, and Splendid Living has trolled strongly since that defeat. Harry Bentley knows him well. Long shot, Luke Curry again, race 9, number 6, Jumbo Legend, Casper Founds. He comes back to the 1200 metres at Happy Valley where he does race well. And we'll go a Hail Mary in the 9th. The first 4, 2, 4, 6 and 8. Gold Baby, Exponential, Jumbo Legend and Magniac. That's been Happy Valley for Wednesday night, Nick, and then we're at Sha Tin on Saturday this week.
We certainly are, so make sure you've got your diaries checked for Saturday, Paul, and we're getting ever so closer to Champions Day.
We are looking. Champions Day is really shaping up to be a really good run, a really good meeting, isn't it?
We'll see you at Happy Valley for the first at 6:45.